Brilliant. So while we're still talking about the whole subject of support, be good to know, are we seeing any particular sort of... Oh, actually, before we do that, I think it's probably worthwhile thinking, Juice, it's not just PaperCut, is it?
No. So we offer juice for PaperCut. So obviously that's PaperCut MF, PaperCut Hive, and we also offer it for Umango.
Great. Okay, that's really good. I think that's worthwhile. I think that's why I wound back on that, because I thought it'd be worthwhile just making sure that you guys out there know that it's not just about PaperCut, the support that we're giving you, Umango as well. And Umango's a really great product in its own right. Make sure, if you haven't done so already, make sure you watch episode 1 of our podcasts, because we've got Andrew Wade on there from Umango talking about Umango in the cloud. But also he had some really good advice to help our partners take Umango to their customers, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely worthwhile, as Tony says. Go back, have a listen, have a view, and grab some great ideas.
Yeah. Okay. So back to the question I was going to ask you before I interrupted myself there. So what sort of help desk calls are we seeing at the moment? Are you seeing any particular patterns? Are there particular issues that come up?
Yeah, we're not so much issues as such, as more as pretty much what we're touching on with where the printing landscape's changing. Obviously, cloud is becoming a massive piece of the print infrastructure now and where everything's going. So probably looping back to what I've already said in terms of people moving from local domain to cloud entity providers, we are seeing a massive increase in that. Another increase we've seen, which is probably something we'll discuss shortly, around version 26, is ARM64 processors. Obviously that's been creeping into the conversation more and more, but I want to do a list about what we're going to talk about shortly.
Yeah, that's great segue. Thank you for setting this one up. Brilliant. So version 26, just been released. It's another major release from our friends at PaperCut. Looking at the partner portal, they've put, as they always do, they're really good at doing this, they put a whole host of useful marketing information around version 26 and what it can do. One of the key features is ARM64. As you say, it's creeping into conversations more and more. For the first 2 or 3 months of the year, people will still go in, I don't really know what it is, don't understand it. And now, when I go and see some partners, they've heard of ARM64 now.
Yeah.
They've got end users who have gone out and bought ARM64 devices and are having problems in printing.
Yeah, seeing it a lot in schools actually, because particularly the Copilot Snapdragon devices, they're cheap.
Yes.
They're fast. They're energy efficient. The battery seems to last for days. I mean, and you've also had that situation with schools having to replace their Windows 10 devices because they had older laptops which don't support Windows 11. And so why not buy it's a Windows device, why not? And of course, then what happens? They don't have a print driver for it. Suddenly it becomes an issue, doesn't it, Cal?
Oh, it does. And obviously, coming back to obviously the what we discussed already around print deploy, obviously mobility print in the background. One of the key things, what you've just touched on there, the increase in ARM64 devices, I don't think anyone quite saw coming. Obviously, it's been rapid. Obviously, we've had more and more. It started with a couple of tickets trickling in, but like I said, it's become more and more. And the thing with ARM64 devices, it's not compatible with standard 64-bit devices, 64-bit drivers. And what we're seeing is obviously not all manufacturers yet have caught up, and they don't have a native ARM64 driver. So PaperCut being ahead of the curve, which they often are, is they can use their PaperCut global print driver, which is ARM64 compatible. And within print deploy, and this is the nice feature with version 26, is that you can have the one print queue within print deploy. You can have your 64-bit driver, you can have your ARM64 print deploy driver, or native driver if it does exist, and you can have that applied to one queue. And then print deploy is intelligent enough to look at the architecture of the device and go, right, I'll give you the 64-bit driver, I'll give you the ARM64 driver, and it's just a one print queue for all users, rather than having to have a print queue for the ARM64 devices and one for the standard devices. Everybody gets the same print queue, but they get the right driver that they need.
Yeah, that's just magic.
That's great. So from an end user point of view, I don't care what goes on in the background. I just turn my laptop on and I'm presented with the correct driver based on the laptop I've got.
Yeah. And ARM64, as we say, just kind of brought that extra excitement into it, because it always used to be, is it Windows or is it Mac? But of course now, I literally saw this advert on my, you know when you open up a new browser screen, there's always all the adverts and stuff on there. Yesterday I saw the new Mac Nano that's coming out. They are really pitching that hard into PC users, aren't they?
Yeah. And that, as you said, Tony, the cost point now as well, it is affordable. Macs have generally always been a little bit more expensive, but as you said, now they're they're comparable to any standard Windows laptop. So I think we are going to see this carry on increase, and the good thing is we've got an answer for it.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. And one of the other takeaway points from version 26 is all around modern authentication. And I have to admit, I'm still getting to grips with it myself. Still reading through the lots and lots of marketing material that PaperCut have given us. Can you give me a snapshot, Cal, an easy way for me to understand what it's all about and why it's going to benefit our partners and their customers? Which is
a huge plus point. So traditionally with PaperCut, you'd have a login for print to play. You'd have to sign in. If you went onto one of the web interfaces, the user interfaces, you'd sign in again. And obviously, just in this day and age, obviously we're all used to SSO. We log on once, we're in, we're using everything we want to use. So now, obviously with PaperCut, what that allows users to do, once configured, we'll be able to give them unified sessions. So they log in once, it'll log them into the user client, print deploy, the client, whatever they need to have access to, in just one seamless session. So when the users first go to log in, it'll redirect them to whatever identity provider they're using. They log in, it'll give them the same experience that they're using across the business for other platforms. So it's not just print. So the same way they log into potentially an application on their PC is now going to be the same application they log in when they want to print as well. So that whole piece just ties together nicely. So again, just making the whole user experience easier, sharper, and a lot smoother. Yeah, and it allows it. It's not just that as well. It's obviously in terms of security standards, it puts it on par with the rest of the, business, whether it's education, whatever environment it goes into. That level of security is the same across everything. That's great, and it also opens up opportunities to work with other ID platforms, doesn't it? So it's not just Windows or Google now. Exactly. Yeah. So you could be using Okta, you can be using Junk Cloud, there's various models out there, whatever you can configure and tie into. Oh, that's really interesting. I think for the right kind of customer, that's going to be really vital. Yes. Yeah. I've been seeing SAML requests on tenders for years. It's nice now that we don't have to, find out, yes, it does kind of, is absolutely tick the box. Here we go. Exactly. It's definitely going to be a plus point for customers going forward, as we know, the two big things now are cloud and security. So in terms of them two tick boxes, we've got it. Yeah. Yeah. I think what I should do, and going completely off topic, is, with the latest PaperCut partner portal, they've introduced their AI chatbot. I should have put that question into there and got the response back, because that's amazing. If you've not already used it, I recommend going onto the PaperCut partner portal. In the bottom right-hand corner is the chatbot, and just throw your questions in there. It comes back with correct information. It gathers the information from within the PaperCut world rather than the outside world. I know we touched on it briefly when Alex from PaperCut was here. Yeah. But yeah, definitely worthwhile. Oh yeah. So, and if you've got tender questions, you can put the tender questions in there and it'll give you the response based upon that. And like John said, it's from the PaperCut knowledge base, from the product documents, from the technical documents. It's not getting, what they say about AI engines and the way they kind of make stuff up. It's not doing that. It's been really good. I've already used it 3 times today. Have you? It's awesome. It's doing my job for me. I love it.